And now, a rant by Ronin. Due to the use of strong language, viewer discretion is advised. Cut the intro. We're not even doing that this week. Hello once again, League. If you were paying attention this past week, then you probably saw one of the most embarrassing and disappointing displays of fantasy footballing in fantasy history. Honestly, I wanted to rage quit. My team turned on me. And it's not about losing. I've lost before, I've taken it in stride. I've finished last in the league before, but this is absolutely unacceptable. It was so bad that I had to dedicate an entire episode to it, and I already know it's gonna be like the featured wag of the finger on Tanks Talk. I guess we'll start with my ongoing quarterback conundrum. After two of the sorriest starts from my number one overall pick, I opted to part ways with him because it appeared no matter what, Seattle was bound to keep having struggles on the offensive line. I dropped Russell Wilson and picked up Phillip Rivers because Rivers had back-to-back good starts and the assumption was that he could keep it rolling into week 3. In response, Phillip opens his game with twin interceptions and would go on to add another later on in the game, making his 200-plus yards effectively useless. And what of Russell Wilson? He has a career fucking game! 373 yards and 4 TDs! I'll rein it in on the Miami players because the offense as a whole struggled against what was supposed to be matchup gold in the New York Jets. They couldn't open up any running lanes for Jay Ajayi, so he pushed out a less than pedestrian effort. Of course, last week, Jay Cutler showed a better rapport with Jarvis Landry than he did with Devontae Parker, and I guess I wanted to go with the safe bet because while Parker is and will continue to be more prone to big plays, Landry has the higher floor due to volume. But I guessed wrong, as a large chunk of yardage and Miami's only TD went to Parker on my bench. I held Chris Thompson out for some reason because I figured Mike Gillislee may sneak in a few TDs against the Texans, but the Pats-Tex game turned into a shootout instead that featured Brady taking matters into his own hands and peppering the field with passes, including 68 yards and 2 touchdowns to my benched Chris Hogan. I held Rashard Matthews out because in addition to back-to-back lackluster games, despite the fact that he's supposed to be supposedly the number one receiver in Tennessee, he was also going up against the Legion of Boom, Seattle's prized secondary. Again, blew up in my face as he posted highs for the year in 87 yards and a score. And of the receiver I made sure I started, J.J. Nelson, whom was running a streak of a TD per game for the last 7 contests dating back to last year, didn't post a single catch. He had one deep shot that was ruled incomplete upon review because the cards weren't quick enough to the line to call another play. But Sunday, we were apparently in the fucking twilight zone any damn way, as Seattle was not the only defense not behaving like themselves. Baltimore's usually threatening defense was worked the hell out by the Jaguars. The Jags! The Jags who 3 weeks ago didn't even know who their starting quarterback was gonna be. They blew the Ravens out, 44-7. What the fuck? So now I go on to face one of the toughest teams in our league following a 3-game slide I don't know, dude. I don't even know. I might as well let my phone set my lineup, since apparently I have no idea what the fuck I'm doing anymore. I mean, my lineup didn't break 50, but my bench blew up. I'm just so disappointed. On top of that, Miami got jacked up by the Jets, whom are a rebuilding team in disarray. I'm glad I wasn't able to watch that game. It would have been even sadder than the outcome. So here's to hoping that both my team and the Dolphins can rebound next week, although I continue to lose more and more faith in my team and my own ability to lead the team. If I weren't the GM and head coach, they would both be fired already, as well as all the coordinators, because again, here I am starting the year in panic mode because every fucking week we're sucking more and more. So good job to the winners this week, and good luck to everyone, although apparently nobody needs it more than me. If I come into next week with a similar story, I may not even make a video. So possibly see y'all next week, or not, right here on Ronin Radio.